So you're thinking about who should you reroll for? Don't worry, sit back, relax. I got you, and I'll go over the units that I think are worthy of your time to reroll for, and also what I think about rerolling and if you should reroll at all. Before we get into all of that, guys, make sure you guys subscribe, like the video if you like the video, and share this around. All right, first and foremost, guys, there's going to be two types of banners when you reroll. There's going to be your standard banner where there's going to have all the standard units, and then there's also going to be your beginner banner. Now, this is how the beginner banner looks, and these are the characters that you will be able to pull from within the beginner banner and that are going to be accessible to you in the standard banner. And one thing to know, guys, is that in order for you to get your first 5-star character in this game, you are guaranteed to get one within 50 pulls, and you get about enough pulls for you to be able to get your first character, which guarantees you it at 50, but technically at 40 because it's discounted by 2. It'll be later on in the game, and it'll actually take a few hours, maybe like 3 to 4 hours. I forgot exactly how long it is, but it's gonna take some time. And it takes some time because you can't really skip the story, so you have to go through all the dialogue and the story and all that stuff until you get to the point where you have enough tickets to go ahead and pull from this banner. So I wouldn't advise doing that, but if you'd like to do that and you have the time to do it, go right ahead. The main way you're going to be really re-rolling is through this banner right here, the Stellar Warp banner, and you'll be able to have enough currency through the pre-registration, which we're going to be get about 15, and then you also get a few more as you're going through the story, so you can be able to pull on the banner. So I'm thinking approximately you'll be able to pull at least do a good 30 to 40 pull in order for you to pull your banner, and then from there you can just start the re-roll process all over again. Now the rates for these banners are actually pretty low, guys. I went over it in one of my videos. I think in order for you to pull a 5-star, it's like a 0.5-0.6% chance. So if you're planning on re-rolling, make sure you guys take the time out of your day and be mentally prepared to do that, because it's gonna take a while. But if you are lucky enough to pull your 5-star, I hope you are lucky enough to pull the 5-star that you like. But now that we're talking about the 5-star units, let's go over the units which I think are worthy of your time to reroll for. These are currently the characters that you can pull. Now don't worry about this extra little banner. This is a banner that you can guarantee yourself one of these characters after you do 300 pulls, but this is something that you'll do gradually as you play the game, and further down the line you'll have enough standard pulls for you to guarantee yourself one of the characters here on the standard banner. Now all these characters are solid, guys. I do like all these characters. I do think they all bring something good to the table, but there's some units that stand out more than others. So let's go over first those units that stand out more than usual, and her name is Bronya, which is this unit right here. Now Bronya is gonna be a buffing support where she can increase the damage and crit damage of your team, and she's also going to be able to advance your people up ahead as well on the turn gauge or turn meter, whatever it is that you call it. Now that's really good, especially in turn-based games, and just buffing your characters to do even more damage is also really good too. She also has a cleanse on her E ability as well, which gives her a lot of value, and her element is wind. So I think this unit is really good, and the sheer value that she brings, and she is definitely the best support in the game right now that buffs. So if you're looking for a buffing support that can cleanse and also give you advance your people on the turn gauge, look no further than getting Bronya. Now another unit that is very excellent and stands out a lot is Welt, guys. He is an imaginary 5-star unit, and he is great at manipulating the turn bar for the enemy and pushing them back more, right? I think in this game they call it delay, which is really good because it makes it very hard for the enemy to actually get a turn off while you're cycling through all your characters in the party's turns and just having them to go, and while pushing the enemy back and also applying the speed and doing some decent amount of damage as well, because he does have a lot of stuff in his kit that boosts his damage. So he's more of a controller, like pseudo damage dealer kind of a unit that is just really good. Again, guys, he has a very strong ability with the imprisonment on his ultimate, and just the fact that he's imaginary, he can also proc that imprisonment naturally when he breaks it, which gives him a lot of value. So yeah, Welt is definitely one to look out for if you're looking for more of a control pseudo damage dealer kind of a unit that manipulates the turn bar. And then we got Shin, guys, which is the newest 5-star here edition in Honkai Star Rail that was just added in the closed beta 3. This guy is amazing through his animations, to his ultimate, to his skills and everything. This guy is great. Even his kit gives himself crit rate, crit damage, doesn't rely on anyone, does a lot of damage, has a multi-hitting ability, can TC people, has a follow-up attack as you guys saw right there, does a bunch of damage, and he's probably one of the highest, if not the highest damaging unit in the game right now currently. He is a single target damage dealer though, so keep that in mind. So if you're looking for a high single target damage dealer that provides himself with his own crit buff and crit damage and has a little CC to him too as well, look no further than pulling for Yangxing. I think this is probably the character I'm going to be pulling for as well. Now those are the 3 main units I would honestly suggest for people to pull for, and those are the targets that I think you should definitely have your eye on if you are deciding to reroll. I personally don't think I'm going to reroll, so I'm going to hope I get a unit that I would like, but if not, it's not going to be that much of a big deal to me. I'll just keep playing the game. But for some people, I know it is, you know, they want to have the strongest start possible, and for those free-to-play players as well, they want to make sure that they get the unit that they can be able to clear the game as efficiently as possible. And the thing about this game, yeah, you can have really strong starting units, but in this game it's more about the element, which is very, very crucial in this game as well. So take that into consideration as the game goes on. It's going to be more about who do you bring to the battle and the elemental weakness system. But yeah, either Welt, Bronya, or Yangxing, guys, you can't go wrong with either of these. And then for the other units here, they do cover other things as well that the first 3 units don't cover. So if you would like to get some of these units, let me go over them so you can have a rough idea of what they do. Now here we got Japard, which is a 5-star ice tank unit that basically his main job is going to be to proc a big shield on your entire team to keep them protected, and he's also gonna garner attention to himself. It's not gonna be as strong as a taunt, but he still will be able to make it likely for him to be able to get attacked, which keeps your team safe. But the main thing about him is just this huge barrier that he's gonna be able to put that scales off his defense, which is gonna be very good, especially in the end game when you're fighting those tough bosses and you need that extra protection. And he also brings some CT to the table. As you guys can see, he can also freeze as well, which is very, very valuable for any unit really that brings CC, but for him especially, since he's a tank, he can freeze, protect your teammate, and garner attention. So if that's the type of unit you're looking for, guys, Japard is your man. Then we got the newly 5-star lightning healing unit by the name of Balu. She is probably the best healer in the game right now, guys. So if you actually want to go for Balu, there's nothing wrong with that either, because she, like I said, is the best healer, has an AoE heal, puts a buff on you called Invigorate, where she, if your allies get hit, they'll go ahead and get healed. And then on her E, she has an ability that heals, and then that bounces around and heals your teammates. Now, if you're looking for someone with a lot of heals, you can go ahead and get her. But I feel like Natasha does a great job in being able to heal your units. But again, if you're a fan of Balu, go ahead and pull for her. Then we have Himiko. Himiko is a 5-star fire AoE damage dealing unit. She is really good at clearing out swarms of enemies and also farming in like material dungeons and stuff like that you got to do to farm up stuff to enhance your characters and stuff, relics and stuff like that. So she's going to be really good for farming, and she's going to excel in that. So if you're looking for someone specifically to help you out with the farming and stuff and just swarms of enemies, she's going to be your go-to unit for this, because she is really good for that. And she has a passive ability also that does more AoE damage, and then her ult right here is just a huge AoE damage that gives her energy on resets. So she is definitely good for AoE, but it's not going to be such a big priority just because, you know, there's other units that is good to farm with. So Himiko is good for farming and stuff, but I wouldn't suggest as a go-to pick. And then last but not least, we got Clara. Clara is a counter specialized unit. She's a 5-star physical damage dealing unit that, as you guys can see, she can attack the unit back if she does get attacked, and then they get marked by Svarog, which is a really, really cool robot that she has in the story of Star Rail. I really liked her story and stuff. One cool thing about her ultimate is that she can go ahead and activate this and then counter for all your allies as well if they get attacked. And he's going to do an empowered attack like he was doing earlier, those counter attacks, but it's going to be more empowered, and I believe it's AoE, and it just does more damage in general. So that's really, really good. But Clara, you know, I feel like she definitely needs more of a setup for that. You're going to want to give her people that brings more attention to her so people can hit her, and so she can proc those counters as much. She does good AoE though with her E damage though, but yeah, definitely a solid physical unit. And if you're into Svarhug or Clara and you like her story, go after her, but she's definitely not going to be one of the units I will be going for. But there you guys have it. That is the people that you can go ahead and reroll for. Like I said, my priority would be Bronya, Welt, and Yangxing, and then after that I'd either prioritize getting Balu or Japard or Clara, and then I would leave Himiko for last. I wish you guys the best of luck when the game does come out, and I hope you guys do get what you want. But remember guys, this is not set in stone. You can go ahead and just reroll for a character and just get that character if you so like it. This is more for people that are looking for like specific things that certain units and stuff do. So I went ahead and went over it so you guys can go ahead and pick and choose what you guys would like to go for. But I also give you the option as well of what I think are the top units you should go for as well. But other than that guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next one. It's your boy Jada. I'm out. Peace.